What's up, everybody? It's Bree. I'm back again with part 2 of our virtual classroom series. And this video will be focusing on how to make your virtual classroom interactive with hyperlinks. So I'm going to jump right into the video. If you missed the first video of how to create the virtual classroom and get to the step that I am about to show you right now, make sure that you go back and watch part 1 before you dive into part 2 and then come back and join us. So again, I'm just going to change this slide because I want to make sure that I have a blank canvas. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the background. And I'm going to choose my image. Now, I have already, in my virtual classroom features folder on my desktop, I've already saved a template of my virtual classroom. Alrighty, so I've done something a little different from the first video because I'm learning from my mistakes. So I realized that once you have saved the images of your base classroom, you cannot hyperlink any of these things in your virtual classroom. So make sure that when you are making your base, you are asking yourself, what are things that are just going to be constants that I do not want to be interactive ever? So the elements that we are going to add in this video will be interactive, and none of these things that you see here will be able to be clickable and link to something else. So the first thing that I'm going to add some books again. So I'm going to go to insert image. I'm going to upload from my computer because I've already, as you know, if you saw the first video, I have already saved these to my folder. I really recommend that you have a virtual classroom folder just to make your life easier. So when you're ready to update your virtual classroom, whether that is weekly or monthly or whatever it is, you'll be all set to go. I'm going to add my raisin in the sun. I'm going to add 2 more things to my bookshelf. So I'm going to, again, go to image, upload from computer, and I'm going to upload Miss I Love She here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to insert another image that is not a book, but you will see it will link to some reading. And I'm going to add this to my bookshelf. So you may be wondering, what kind of hyperlinks can you use in this process? So the possibilities are really endless. Here, I'm just showing you some examples. You do not have to, by any means, use these examples that I'm using, but these are just some cool ways that once you have this in presentation mode, especially on Nearpod, if you have a homeroom set up, or if you have a few extra minutes of flex time in the morning, this is just a good tool for students to be able to navigate in the morning to get their morning started, to start a little bit of exploration before you jump into your lesson. So I'm going to click on this image here of a raisin in the sun, and I'm going to make sure that I see my blue lines around the book. I'm going to go to insert, and then I'm going to scroll down to link. And it's going to prompt me to paste a link or search. So here I have found on YouTube A Raisin in the Sun. This is the full audio. So I'm just going to highlight and copy, Command C if you're a Mac user. And I'm going to go back to my slide and I'm going to apply here. And that is it. So when I'm in presentation mode on Nearpod, which is the mode that I will be using to teach my lessons, I will already have this link. So all students have to do is click on the book to link to the audio version. Now for I Love She, I'll do something different. So I'm going to go again, insert, link, and I just have the Barnes & Noble website where the book can be purchased. And I have already copied that. And I'm going to just paste it, apply, and I'm done. Now with this image here, I actually retrieved this image from an article on Common Lit, which I'm also using. And make sure you comment down below if you want to hear what virtual resources I'm going to be using in my classroom this year. I am more than happy to make a video on that. So this is Lamb to the Slaughter by Roald Dahl. And this is just a skilled focused article on like practicing analyzing how a character's choices affects the plot development. So this story specifically is talking about, I believe, a wife who was being betrayed by her husband. And similar themes can be found in A Raisin in the Sun, with Ruth being experiencing feelings of betrayal from Walter. So I thought this was a good connection. And this is just the PDF. It has the short story if you scroll down. And then at the end, it has some comprehension questions. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this link. Going to go back to my presentation. I am going to insert link, and I'm going to paste the link and apply. And we're done with our bookshelf. Now, to allow students an opportunity to experience this interaction, you can use the text feature, which we'll do in just a moment, to write on your whiteboard that day of all of the things that are interactive, or hey, check out our bookshelf, or hey, check out our posters, which we're about to get into, or hey, check out our laptop, or whatever you are making interactive for the day. So the next thing that I want to insert is a clock. So I'm going to image, and I'm actually going to search the web, and I'm going to type in transparent clock, and I'm going to choose a clock that I like. So I'm just going to click on this clock. All right, and of course I'm going to resize this clock. And I want this a little smaller. I'm going to resize this clock, and I'm going to put it here. And I'm actually going to link this. So one way that we can check in with students instead of a formal do now, we can ask them questions that require them to interact with our space. So I may say, tell me what time it is in Chicago right now, since we are reading A Raisin in the Sun, and that takes place in Chicago. So I found a website that has just the world's clock. So it's going to tell me my cities here. And then it has a whole slew of times around the world. And I see Chicago right here, and it tells me that it's 12:17 right now that I'm recording this video. So I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to go back to my presentation, insert link, copy and paste, and apply. Super simple. So then I am going to apply my posters. So the posters, and to be completely honest, the posters that you can search through the Google image search when you click insert image, they're not my cup of tea. So I made my own posters in Canva, and you can comment down below if you want to get a tutorial on how to create your posters on Canva. So I'm going to insert my Black Lives Matter poster, and it says, "In this class, we fight for social justice." And I'm going to resize this to my liking, and I'm going to place this right here. And then I'm going to insert another poster. And again, these are already in my folder that I've created. And you see, these are not super, artistic Picasso posters, but they get the job done. You feel me? So we're going to put this poster over here. Cool. So for this Black Lives Matter poster, I actually want to hyperlink this. So I want to insert a petition to call for justice for Miss Breonna Taylor. And I am going to copy the link to filling out this petition. I'm going to go back to my slide, insert, we get the gist. We're pros at this point. Insert that link and apply, and we're good. And for Ask Critical Questions poster, I have found a YouTube video that is 5 minutes long, and it is just the power of effective questioning. So I'm going to copy the link to that video. I'm going to click on that poster, insert, where do we go to class, link, you feel me? Post that, and we're good. We are almost done. So I'm just going to add a few more elements. I am going to go ahead and insert an image of a laptop. I did go ahead and Google this because the laptops that I was searching on through this platform were a little funky for me. And again, you might not get anything that's perfect, but this is going to be good enough. And then I am going to also upload from my computer. I am going to upload a little floating picture of J. Cole's head, because the song that I am going to link for my students for Song of the Week is going to be by J. Cole. So I'm just going to give a little anticipatory set, a little tease for what that interaction is going to be. I also may want to utilize other elements outside of my whiteboard to let you know what things are clickable. So I've also created this image on Canva, and it just says click on the laptop for our Song of the Week. Simple graphic, nothing too crazy. And I'm just going to resize that so that it fits on the desk, and boom. So the Song of the Week is going to be J. Cole's Snow on the Bluff. I like to find the lyric version as much as possible when I insert songs, because I want students to also internalize the words that we're hearing. For those of you who have not heard this song before, it was a bit of controversy between this song and speculations of it relating to No Name, another rapper, and her philosophies on, people's introductions to activism, blah, 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 blah. But as English teachers, this is a super fun way to just make that connection of how do we analyze two texts that are presenting conflicting ideas. So we can do that with music, we can do that with poetry, and in this case, we're doing this with a little hibbity hop. So we're going to click on J. Cole's head. I'm going to insert a link. I'm going to paste this link, and then I am good. So the last element, I'm just going to insert my text box right over my whiteboard. I'm going to increase the size and I'm going to just change Comic Sans because it's just easier to read. So I'm going to write my message. Good morning, 25. Take a few minutes to explore our room. And then I might leave a hint, bookshelf, and posters. And then I'm good. And if I want to be extra spicy, I'm just going to go back to upload image from the computer and say a little hello. If this happens where you notice that your image is not clear, do not fear. We're going to fix this right quick. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to undo my action, or you can click delete. I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to go to remove.bg. I have my image here. I took it out of my folder just to make it easily draggable. I'm going to drag it, and when it's prepared, I'm going to have some little technical difficulties, but it's very important to be patient with yourself, and in turn be patient with your students and colleagues as we're embarking on this journey, because this is real new. So I'm going to download now that it has been transparent. When I click on the image, I am going to double tap it to rename it. So I'm going to say hi, transparent. And then I'm going to click on file, move to, and I'm going to move it right to my virtual classroom features. I'm going to go back to my slide. I'm going to do it again, image, upload from computer, and I should see hi, transparent, open. I'm going to make me a little taller because she's not short, you feel me? And I'm just going to make sure that I am on the floor here and I'm not blocking my directions. And that's that. If this video was helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more content, and comment down below any questions that you have, any videos that you want to see in the future. And follow me on social media, especially on Instagram, and tag me in all of your creations so that I can see your amazingness and your brilliance and your creativity, and wish you all the wellness and blessings for this school year. I will be back with part 3 in the coming days, and I cannot wait to see you soon.